In the event of more attempts to stage terrorist attacks on our territory, Russia's response will be very harsh. You know that yesterday Chairman of the Investigative Committee Alexander Bystrykin reported to me on the first results of the investigation into the act of sabotage on the Crimean Bridge. The forensic and other expert data, as well as operational information, showed that the October 8th explosion was an act of terrorism aimed at destroying Russia's civilian and critical infrastructure. It is also clear that the Ukrainian special services were the organizers and perpetrators of the attack. The Kiev regime has long been using terrorist methods, including murders of public figures, journalists and scientists, both in Ukraine and in Russia. And terrorist attacks on towns in Donbass, which have been going on for more than 8 years. And also acts of nuclear terrorism, by which I mean missile and artillery strikes on the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. This is not the whole story. Ukraine's special services have also carried out 3 terrorist acts against Russia's Kursk nuclear power plant, repeatedly blowing up the plant's high-voltage lines. The third such terrorist attack damaged 3 of those lines at once. The damage was repaired in the shortest possible time, and there were no serious consequences. However, there have been a number of other terrorist attacks and attempts to commit similar crimes against electricity generation and gas transportation infrastructure facilities in our country, including an attempt to blow up a section of the Turk Stream gas pipeline system. All this has been proven by objective data, including the testimony of the detained perpetrators. It is well known that Russian representatives are not allowed to take part in the investigation into the causes of explosions at and the destruction of international gas pipelines running under the Baltic Sea. But we all know who ultimately benefits from this crime. Thus, the Kiev regime, by its actions, has actually put itself on the same level as international terrorist groups, and with the most odious of those. It is simply no longer possible to leave crimes of this kind without retaliation. This morning, at the proposal of the Defense Ministry and in accordance with the plan of Russia's General Staff, a massive strike was launched with long-range precision air, sea and land-based weapons against Ukrainian energy, military and communications facilities. In the event of more attempts to stage terrorist attacks on our territory, Russia's response will be harsh and commensurate with the threats posed to the Russian Federation. Nobody should have any doubts about that. Defense Minister, please report on the results.